All right.
1, 2, 3.
That motherfucker hurt.
All right, and we back. You know, I know it's been a long time. It's been like 9 months or so. I'm so sorry for the delay. It's just nothing is really going according to schedule. Can't say it hasn't gone according to plan because we got a lot to be happy about. Politely Armed Society is doing very well. Thank you guys for buying the merch and taking the classes. You keeping us afloat. And it's kind of hard inside of this business. It's not exactly uh, too alpha friendly environment. Whether it's on the different social media platforms or even just in overall society. And we're doing our part to try to, you know, uh, cushion that and let people know what it is that we're really about. And it's very positive, to be quite honest, and be quite frank. In any case, let's get to what we're here for. The follow up on what so far is our best video. Thank you guys so much. The love was overwhelming. You know, some of the comments actually almost had me in tears. Appreciate the fact that the response has been so positive. But 9 months after getting the best birthday present of all time, we're back, and I can tell you all kinds of things about it. The BP12 Hatsan Escort. This thing is amazing. Overall, I got to give it a PAS score of an 8. This close to getting a 10, but can't give it a 10 for two reasons, and it's not a deal breaker by any means. And had it even gotten one of those right, it would. The two things, you take one away, and I got to give it a 10 by default. Like, that's how funny it is. Like I said, it's probably small to a lot of you guys. To me, it was they're the kind of issues I can't overlook. But look, we took it out. We ran it through the paces. We had it outdoor ranges, indoor ranges, private property, uh, and it just worked. That's all it did. It just works. Absolutely love it. It looks good. It's definitely a conversation piece. So when I get amongst all of my gun guy friends and even some of the people who being introduced to this 2 Alpha lifestyle, absolutely get a ton of questions and a ton of compliments. It's fun to shoot. As long as you know that you're getting 2 3/4 inch mags and not a 3 inch mag, which if you guys follow the Instagram account, then you saw then my buddies kind of slipped in some 3 inch mags and one of the didn't tell me, but I appreciate it. It was fun. It's always fun going out and hanging out with the Politely Armed Society. But the only things that we've done to it really since the last video is it has a TruGlo 30 millimeter optic on it now, red and green, very budget friendly optic that just goes, and I've had it on there through all the shooting. It hasn't lost zero. It doesn't blink on and off from the percussion. It's all in all, like, for the money, I really don't think I could have done any better than that. And I'll have a link to that in the description in case one of you guys want to run it. It's basically made for 12 gauge, so can't lose there. Um, I went with a Bulldog sling, cheap sling off of Amazon. Didn't want to put too much money into it because it's a shotgun. I'm putting a sling on it. I'm not going to be running it all the time. It just needs to get the job done. And I have no complaints about the sling. It just does what it does. Have a link to that in the description as well. But the best upgrade to this setup that I got would be the 10 round stick mag. Hatsan didn't have them at their website. It said that they offered them, but when I looked through the website, I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know if it came in some of the, as what do you call it, included in some of the packaging or not. I got two 5 round box mags, which I have no complaints about. I did want to have the big stick, and I ended up finding it. I'll leave a link to that in the description if they let me. If not, I have the link at the Rightful Air website because you know how these things go. Sometimes they don't like your links. But anything that used to be on here that you can't find anymore, www.rightfulair.com. That's the archive. We're gonna keep everything there, and we'll start putting things there that we might not be allowed to post on this platform, you know, so that you can stay up to speed with whatever it is that Politely Armed is getting into. But yeah, the Panzer Mag fit like a glove. These Turkish shotguns, I'm not sure if they're just rebranding them all at the same time, but at least all the major internals, it seems like they're using the same tool, and it might even be coming from the same location. Uh, Panzer stick mags will fit your Hatsan BPS12. No hurries, no worries. It just goes. The biggest thing was the break in on this stick mag, and I'm guessing it might have to do with some Cosmoline or something on there. First, you got to break in the spring, and then it still was a little sticky. When I use this lube that I use on all my firearms called Zero, it's amazing. If you don't use anything else on your firearm that I recommend, please use the Zero. I use it on all my firearms. Hell, I even use it around the house. Like if you got a creaky door hinge, I'll use a little Zero. This is like the most amazing lube in the history of lube. But definitely ran that inside of the mag, and it took care of the little hangups that I was having. Only had hangups the one day that I took it out. When I first got it, I loaded it up to capacity and left it for about a week. Then I left it unloaded for about a day, and then I loaded it back to capacity and left it for about another week. When I took it to the range, it was okay, but it was a little sticky. And I did have this problem with one of my Heckler magazines before, and what it ended up seizing up on me during a match. And when I opened it up, it was the heat and the elements had gotten in there, and it just seized up into this gummy mess. So when I got home, I cleaned that mag all the way out, and I've never had a problem with it ever since. With the Panzer magazine, when I saw how it was kind of sticking a little bit, it was like exactly the same situation. So I still didn't clean it. I just put some Zero on it, and it's been working great ever since. So, I mean, you guys, as you follow me and you get to know me, and those of you who know me personally, you know how I am about cleaning not only the firearms, but their components, Everything that I got is getting torture tested every day. I have firearms that haven't been cleaned ever, and it's kind of still I want to see what the fail point is, and I have stuff that I've cleaned semi-regularly. If it's going to be inside of my collection, I want it to be able to work. I want to be able to rely on it, and I want to know that a grain of sand isn't going to end my day. So, and that brings me to why this is an 8 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. I haven't taken this down because it is very complicated to take down. It's a little more, it's discouragingly complicated to take down. Now, I will do this at least one time just to say that I did it. But after that, I'm probably not going to do it again. I mean, that's just me. That is my, and for people who have more comfort and experience with 12 gauges, they may not have the same kind of hesitance as I do. But for me, I looked at it and I'm like, whoa, I need a screwdriver. When I saw I needed a screwdriver, I checked out. you know. But I mean, I've seen people do it on YouTube. You can always YouTube the takedown and the bring up on it. You know what I mean? It's a little more complicated than a standard field strip, and that bugs me out. So it lost a point for that. And the other point that it lost was on furniture. While the furniture is not terrible by any means, I don't like this kind of unibody design that it has, which, you know, it's kind of like this big one piece. And I've gotten so spoiled because of having options on everything else. I've been doing a lot with the AR-15 platform. I definitely built a couple. We've had build parties at my house, where we all get up parts and put them together and configure them real nice. More on that sooner than later. But I had to take a point off because while I like it in its current configuration, I don't have any problems with it. I'm just spoiled. I'm used to being able to just, swap out whatever. Other than that, I absolutely love this thing. Check it out. It shot everything except for the riot rounds. Those little rubber pellets. It shot them, but it wouldn't cycle the action. It sounded almost like a squib, man. It was like kind of everybody hesitated, like what just happened. But I racked it. It was going, and we kept it moving. We shot bird shot, buckshot. What do you call it? A slug. It just eats everything. It cycles everything. I'm confident enough that it's definitely it's inside of the lineup of bumping and night guns. And that's really what I got it for. Became a homeowner, and we live kind of out semi in the sticks. And I wanted something that I could, if something went bumping tonight, I could confidently secure my home with. And after putting this through the spaces, I definitely would not hesitate to grab my Hatsan Escort BP12 and clear my home. Um, no riot rounds though. It's. I guess they were designed for pump action shotguns, and that's so I don't have any beef with that particular round. I'm just, you know, like if you think about it, it's what are they run it inside of like Mossberg pump action shotguns in law enforcement. This is not Mossberg pump action shotgun. So with that said, I mean, I absolutely love it, and I trust my life with it. Well, I trust it with my life, you know, and that's about the highest compliment you can give any firearm. I won't have one in my house that I'd hesitate to protect my life or the life of somebody I love with it, you know. And that's all I got, man. I'll give y'all some more in detail stuff on the things that we did more in detail stuff too very soon. Until then, uh, you know. But thank you guys. We appreciate your love, your support, and your patience. Stay polite and stay armed.